This film is called Hollow Man, and it's about a hollow man. Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Esley Greer from Entertainment Fanatic Reviews, back with another review in the hashtag VHS review series. Today, I'll be talking about 2000's Hollow Man, so yeah, let's get started. So Hollow Man was directed by the same guy that made Total Recall and stars Kevin Bacon, Elizabeth Shue, and Thanos. Josh Brolin. So, in all these reviews, I touch upon the plot, story, and direction first. So, first off, I want to say that if this story were to ever come true, or if they ever made invisible, animals or people or whatever, I could see this story coming true. They finally make it where they turn animals invisible and they can bring them back to their original physical form. And so Kevin Bacon's character gets a little too stingy, not stingy, but he wants the power to himself. He wants to be a god, so to speak, and he's very egotistical. And the things that he does in this film, he goes on a murderous rampage, and he does some very vile things that sort of take me out of the film. It's just, did we really need a rape scene in a film like this? I see why they did this because, what would you do if you were invisible and how far would you take it? And they take it pretty far in this film, but either way, I could see a story like this happening if, they were ever to, make animals and people invisible and bring them back or whatever. And the score by Jerry Goldsmith, he is one of my favorite composers, and he does a great job in this film. And so for plot, story, and direction, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. And so onto the kills, gore, and effects. For the time, there are really good special effects, but they do look a little bit dated. But some scenes really do look good even with today's standards, because even the special effects in here do look a bit better than some films that I've seen here recently. Even though some of the effects do look a little bit dated, it doesn't take me out of the film. I really like that the later half of this film is pretty much like a straight up slasher, and that's one of my favorite genres of horror. There's one death that really stands out to me, and it's not because the death itself, it's because of what leads up to the death. One of the characters goes back to get some blood to try and put into one of the other characters that ends up dying either way, but she goes back and trying to get some blood since they're in a laboratory and everything, and he follows her, and she already has like 6 or 7 pints of blood or whatever it is. They're in the little bags, and she throws the blood in order to see if he's coming after her, to see where he's at so she can kill him, and it ends out he's behind her in a spot where there isn't blood. And so, for what she tried, she was really smart, but she just did it in one area in front of her. I'm like, he's probably behind you, and it ends up he's behind her. So that's just a kill that stands out. It's nothing spectacular. It's just the fact that she actually tried to do something but didn't succeed in doing it. I was talking about the special effects earlier, and I think that they do the Invisible Man justice with the special effects. They capture it just right for the modern times. They have like special techniques to where it actually looks real, and they do a really good job. And I can't wait to see the original one, and I can't wait to see the remake that's coming out here soon. So for kills, gore, and effects, I'm also going to give it a 4 out of 5. And so on to the acting. Kevin Bacon, Elizabeth Shue, and Josh Brolin all give great performances in this film. And everyone that was involved in this film that's not a main character, they all do a pretty good job at the roles they were given. And I want to take a minute and talk about Kevin Bacon in this film. Kevin Bacon, for the most part, most of his roles, he's either a smartass or a villain or just like a lovable asshole, but he's a good guy. Like, he plays those roles to a T, and he plays the asshole really good in this film. And he also has the audacity to kill a dog, and the way he kills it, oh my god, animal lovers, please do not watch this movie. He plays this character so good that I actually hated him in this movie. At the beginning, you had the idea that he was an asshole, or he might take things too far, and he does. Like, he just plays it to a T, and I just can't help but hate him in this film. But for acting, it's one of the strong suits of the film, and I'm going to give it a 4.25 out of 5. And so on to the ending and finale. Whew! I really dug the last scene / third act of this film. It's really intense, and there's certain characters that barely survive, and there's others that don't make it. It's one of those, like, who's gonna survive type deals. And I mean, given, spoiler alert, Elizabeth Shue and Josh Brolin make it, and Kevin Bacon dies, thankfully, in this film. He gets what he deserves, pretty much like Annie in Misery. She gets what she deserves. and Kevin Bacon's character in here gets what he deserves. They keep trying to go at him and kill him, but he keeps coming back. Like, it sort of reminds me of like an 80s film. The villains always come back, you know, so I really liked that. It was really cool. The ending is probably my favorite part of this film because it's very action-packed, but it's very intense as well. And so for the ending and finale, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. And so on to the main question. Would I watch it again? Yes. It's been about 15 plus years since I've seen this film. It's been so long, and there's very few things that I remember from it, you know, before this previous watch. And I know some people don't really like this film. There's not that many reviews on YouTube for this film, and a majority of them are negative or mixed. But I've seen very, very, very few that are positive. But overall, I enjoyed this film, so I'm going to say that Hollow Man is a film that you need to show your friends and family. I don't know what else I can say about this film other than I really enjoyed it. So with that said, if you found any entertainment in this video, let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't be scared. To like, comment, subscribe, and share would be highly appreciated. And peace.